Glamorgan fought back with the bat on the second day of their LV County Championship match at the Ageas Bowl against Hampshire as their top order batted with due care and attention. The home side resumed their first innings on the second morning on 261 for 6, with James Vince looking to add to his overnight score of 51. He did add 10 to that in the day's first 10 overs, but then edged a cut off Graham Wagg to give Mark Wallace his fifth catch of the innings. Hampshire were able to earn a third batting bonus point as Adam Wheater guided them past 300. But on 305 he was out for 20, getting a leading edge off John Glover to offer Will Bragg a simple enough catch at mid-off. Only 17 runs came off the next 10 overs before Glover struck again by bowling Sohail Tanvir for 22. No further bonus points were earned, but the last pair did add 27 more runs, with Chris Wood proving to be a rather good number 10. He drilled Dean Koska back over his head to take his tally to 32 and the total to 349. But after 2 hours of play, the innings was ended as David Griffith swept Koska out to Marcus North, so it appeared that honours were fairly even after the first innings of this match. There was some controversy at the start of the Glamorgan reply. Hampshire were convinced that Gareth Rees had nicked Wood behind, and then as the decision went against them, the world seemed to momentarily stop still. Back moving again, and it was Rees's partner Will Bragg who was out as he was comprehensively bowled by Sohail Tanvir for 5. Hampshire had had a tough start to their innings, and it was the same for the Welshman. Rees, who is in good form, was at times at 6s and 7s against the moving ball. He stuck it out for an hour in making 12, but then lost his off-stump playing for some swing from Griffiths. That left Glamorgan on 45 for 2, and how happy would they have been to have such experienced players as Murray, Goodwin and North together to bat them out of a hole in seemingly tough conditions. They knew, having watched the first innings, that things would get easier as the ball softened, and that again was the case as both batsmen began to find the rope. They were still together going into the day's final session until North picked the wrong ball from Wood to leave alone, to be bowled for 36 at 115 for 3. Chris Cook was next in, and he offered an early chance to Sean Irvine at slip off Wood. It was tough, but catchable. Cook has made many appearances in one-day and T20 cricket, but this was only the 8th time that he's played a first-class game, yet the 27-year-old South African-born player, who once represented Hampshire's second 11, looked as if he'd been around for much longer than that. He's a man who likes to play his shots, of course, and play them he did off both front and back foot as he dominated the fourth-wicket partnership with Goodwin. The Zimbabwean maintained his excellent form this summer by reaching the 50 mark for the 8th time this season. Another summer in which he passes 1,000 championship runs looks almost certain, as he took his tally to 846 to show Glamorgan that they were absolutely right to sign him after his long career at Sussex came to an end. He needed only 41 more to make it to 23,000 first-class runs in a career spanning 20 years, but he was out on 51 here when he surprisingly missed a ball from Danny Briggs and was given out LBW. While he had made it to a 50 for the 165th time in his amazing career, this 4 took Cook there for the first time ever, his previous best in the first-class game being just 44. That was his 10th boundary from his 72nd ball, and with shots such as that, you wonder why he hasn't played in white clothing a little more for a man of his age. He looked to have the right temperament as he continued to dominate the scoring in partnership with Jim Allenby in the evening sunshine, and by the end of the day he'd taken his boundary tally to 14 and had closed to within 27 runs of his maiden 100. He will hope to get there on the third day. He's thus far shared in a 56-run partnership for the 5th wicket with Allenby, who has 15, and that's seen Glamorgan to 226 for 4 at the halfway stage of this match. They then are still 123 runs behind.